that the one who uncanceled him? Like, how does that work exactly? Can somebody explain it to me?
We said yes, he did, and it's weird, you know, because you don't want your kids to.
It's certainly not an experience I had with my parents. Yeah, maybe your parents didn't lie. That's what they should have said is, well, it's complicated.
All right. Hello. Can you hear? Can you hear? Can you hear? Hello, everybody. Sorry I'm late. 6 o'clock. Thank you, everybody. Thank you for people for being here. Thank you. Thank you. I'm sorry. I'm not really sorry. I'm sorry I'm late. I had to go to the football game. I feel bad. I left my friends there. I mean, not that they're my friends. They're my friend Tristan and Nigel, who is a friend, but maybe the rest of them are just people that I know. But I like them. I like them. I like them. They're Crystal Palace supporters, and they're thin. They're thinner. Can you hear me, everybody? Claire is here. Warmellian is here. Joe is here under a new name. Is here. Maltese Phil is here. Caroline Cooper. Hello, Caroline Cooper. Thank you for coming back. Caroline Cooper is here. That's basically it. How many do we have? We've got 18, 20. To start out, I don't know. We'll do an hour. We'll talk an hour. You'll talk to me for an hour. I've been told I should spend more time talking rather than reading. I mean, the show has dipped. It's gone. Has it gone? I mean, maybe I shouldn't say that it's gone bad. It hasn't gone bad. It's just that we need to do something to make it more lively. We can discuss it. Maybe this is the show to do it. It's Sunday. It's Sunday, the 9th of November. The 9th of November. Let me write it down. I'm writing down on a board here. You can't really see. The 9th of November. This is show 151 days. And we're going to discuss football. Maybe not football. Maybe just Crystal Palace. Maybe not even Crystal Palace. Maybe just the idea that was playing Brighton and they had 1 million police, and it took me an hour to get out of, maybe not an hour, possibly an hour to get out of Norwood Junction train station because of the Brighton fans are supposedly really bad people. I don't know. I haven't seen it, but I mean, the town's supposed to be like this old gay town, you know. It's an all gay town, and they've got supposedly bad people there. And Claire perhaps is the biggest fan that I have. The biggest fan. You're not big. You're actually the slenderest fan, but you're one of the biggest fans. And so I don't even know why they fight. Maybe because we're sort of close by. It's a derby, as you would call it. It's a derby. It's a derby. Anyway, so we could discuss that. We could talk about that if you want to talk about that. It's supposed to be the gayest town in Britain. I am not against homosexuality. I mean, I am, of course. We need kids. We need people to be married. We don't want to have like lots of gay people around. And every gay guy is one guy who's not trying to make a woman happy. And unhappy women is something that I am very, very familiar with. I know what it's like for women who are unhappy with a man. And that man has been me. And I know it's so important that homosexuality should not, it's kind of like cheating, which I tend to be against, basically. Cheating. But people should be forced to stay in a relationship with people in order to make women happy. I believe, you can say, oh, Lewis, you're a misogynist. But I'm not a misogynist. I want women to be happy. And in order for women, it's not quite as a derby, says Caroline Cooper. Well, it isn't. It isn't. Like a derby would be Crystal Palace, Millwall, or maybe Charlton, possibly. But I think women, they're basic. I don't even want to talk about it because you're going to hate me for it. I just got off the train. I was let me just, do I have a hair coming in here? I was watching the game standing up, the match. And, what's the difference between Crystal Palace and Brighton? Let's let's Google that. That's an interesting question. How many miles between Selhurst Park and whatever the let me see what the thing is. Selhurst Park. You know what? I can't even type. I can't type anymore. Selhurst Park and Brighton. Distance. And Brighton Stadium, is that what it's called? And Brighton Stadium. And this will give you a general idea. I'll let you look. I'll let you look because you know, I'll let you look. Between Brighton Stadium. Is it called Brighton Stadium? Does it say? It says 45 miles. I mean, that's actually probably pretty far for Britain. Due south, straight south. But, I mean, how close is Selhurst Park to Millwall? Millwall Stadium. I'm going to guess 4 miles. 8.3 miles. Oh, it's 4 miles from my house. 8.3 miles. How about Charlton? Do you care about this? You don't care about this. You don't care. I know you don't care. I'm trying to. How many miles? Miles. I can see 4 miles and miles. 9.7 miles. So it's that. And what about Wimbledon? Does Wimbledon exist anymore? Wimbledon Stadium. Football. In miles. I'm just typing quickly. 6.3 miles. So it's closer to go to Wimbledon. Okay, let's get back on track. So we could discuss that. It's the Amex Stadium. Thank you, Joodles. Thank you. Yeah, it's Brighton is an hour away from me, Lewis, in Eastbourne. Well, so it's like I always think that places like Eastbourne and Bournemouth, they're all and Brighton, they're all like right there, but they're not. They're a bit far away, and maybe the roads aren't that great. I went to a pub in Charlton called the Rose and Crown, where I played pool with Jimmy Percy from Sham 69. Well, there you go. Well, that's one of the benefits of being a pretty girl and being thin. Being a thin girl, you get to play that side. I forgot Leighton Orient. I think that's on the other side of the river, Leighton Orient. I don't think not a single person has ever mentioned Leighton Orient. And I mean, we play Arsenal and we play Tottenham. Those are more. And I went to a Chelsea match there. But so I'm again. So as I was saying, maybe I shouldn't say it. Should people be allowed to be gay if they want to be gay? I guess so. Yeah. Hello, Kermit. I've done over 200 miles today. That's from one end of the country to the next. Is people should be allowed to be gay? Is it good for the country right now that people are not having kids? No, it is not. No, it's not. It's not. Is it worth having kids? I'm not sure it's worth it, but it is. Is it good for the country? I'm not sure. Yeah, I'm pretty sure. Is it sure? I'm not even sure. They just import people into the country. So I'm at the match today, and it was the most, that kind of match. It was like febrile. Is that the right word? I'll ask Joodles because Joodles know. Febrile. It was alive. The place was pounding. They were singing so many songs. And the whole crowd was singing songs. Normally it's us and the other. We're in the Arthur Waite ground, and they're on the other side, right over the side next to us. is, and then we sing towards each other. But people on one side sing towards each other, and the other side they don't sing to each other. And but this thing, they were all singing. It was amazing. It was amazing. And then the songs are funny. Keith Bexley. We care about the gays. Of course, you care about the gays. You should. You mean you know what I mean? I mean, should they teach homosexuality? No, but if you're gay, I mean, anybody can be gay. Lewis Schaffer could be gay. I'm 17% gay. Anybody can be gay. Anybody. So what was I saying? So they were singing towards each other. They were singing one song, "Has Brighton ever won the cup?" Fuck no. And, it was a funny song. No, not a fuck. Whatever the word was, fuck was in there. And it was good. It was good singing. And supposedly Crystal Palace is one of those get what out of my ear, get my penis. I wasn't gay last night, core blimey. No, not everybody's gay, and even gay people don't have to always be gay, and straight people don't always have to be straight, and we should find love. We should find love. I'm at the match today, and I'm thinking to myself, a lot of these people are the same age, not all of them, but the same age as the Adamant fans. At the Adamant fans. And, but the Crystal Palace people are a lot thinner. They're not totally thin. A lot of them are fat. A lot of them are ugly. But they are not as fat. And that's the most important thing. Straight or gay, just don't be fat. I'm obsessed with it. I'm sorry if we lose fans because I'm obsessed with this. Sometimes things get gay on Lewis show. I've considered calling the morality police a few times. Yeah, they get gay. But it's not like when I was young, gay was something. It was something. It was more than it is today in the 1970s. Gay. And now it's like, okay, enough already. Though people that are coming into the country are not quite pro-gay. They're not pro-gay. They might throw you off a roof. So if you like gay people, you should be against mass immigration of foreigners who hate gay people. Okay? Yes, I think you should. I was in church today, Vantanai says. This is what Vantanai says, so let's pay attention to this. Okay, I was in church today. Amazing. And I was actually told by a supporter of my show, Tristan. He said that when I did the prayer the other day, he had to turn it off. He was like so disgusted by it. Am I allowed to reveal that? But I'm thinking maybe I'm not going to go to church, but maybe I'll go to synagogue or something. I was in church today, and it was full of local people remembering the war. My father was in World War II, and my grandfather was in World War I. I got home and saw clips of our leaders and royals at the Centigraph. It makes me puke looking at those hypocrites. Yeah. Would you say that that's true? Are they hypocrites? I think they're hypocrites. Is that the right thing to say? Are they hypocrites? I think they're hypocrites. I think they are hypocrites. I shouldn't say that. It's not for me to say. But thank you very much for going to church. Vatanai. Who else went to church? Maybe we should all go to church. I mean, you can't force people to believe in God. I don't think that I quite believe in God, but I don't want to take a chance by saying I don't. But maybe we should all go to church. Remember at the start when you were being all gentlemanly, Phil, and you wouldn't tell your secrets. Okay, well, you're talking to Phil about his secrets. What are his secrets? I did snog a bloke once at a party when I was much younger. Yeah. I'm not going to admit that. Yeah. Not centograph. Centograph. I don't know why it's called a centograph. That's a good question, Lucy. Lucy asks. Yeah, so I'm looking at the people at the match, and they're all thin. I don't know how many of them believe in in Jesus Christ. But our enemies do not believe in Jesus Christ. They think that Jesus Christ isn't. Maybe they don't. They think that Jesus Christ is their prophet, one of their prophets. They believe in. They basically took all of that stuff. I didn't say I sent a graph. I know with an O, but Lucy I think was making a joke by centa meaning 100, which means 25 inches. What is 25 inches and funny? I don't know what that is. Centotaph. What is a centotaph? Can I look that up? Should I look that up, or do anybody want to tell me what a centotaph is? Lucy says hello to everybody. Hello, Joodles, Claire, and someone with a face. I don't know who that is. Who's that other person? But people are thinner. They're thinner at the football match. And you know what I like about the football match? It reminds me of an old England. Old England. I didn't see an old England. It was a mixture of people there, but it was still old. I'm not fat or gay, says Julian, but I am proud. Good evening, all. Yeah, he's. Thank you, Julian. What do you have to be proud about? Tell me what you have to be proud about. Frog is Kermit, Lewis. Oh, okay. Oh, I get it. Kermit the Frog. Is that why you're named Kermit? Kermit. Is that why? I don't think that's why. Is that why? I don't think that's why. But why is it called a centotaph? It's a war memorial in Whitehall. Okay, we know that, Fontenay, where they hold the remembrance service. I know that. Thank you for explaining that. I know that. It was designed by that guy. I forget the guy's name. Who's the guy who designed it? What's his name? He was a famous architect. Let's find out what his name was. Architect of Centotaph. Okay. His name was, that's right, Edwin Lutyens. He was commissioned by Prime Minister David Lloyd George, who is the Liberal Party Prime Minister, and then the Liberal parties became dead because of him. It was originally a temporary wooden structure, but its popularity led to construction of a permanent Portland stone version unveiled in 1920. Okay, so it didn't take that long to be built. Okay, the glorious dead. It's one of the foremost art, known for his classical style, has used subtle refinements like etasis, a slight curve, to enhance the monument's symbolic power. Why? Now we got to find out why is it called. Hold on a second. You guys are not witnessing this, but why is the centotaph called a centotaph? Did you know? Unless somebody wants to say, it comes from the Greek words for empty tomb. It's an empty tomb. The name was chosen because the monument was created as a symbolic tomb for the many soldiers of the First World War who were buried overseas or bodies were never recovered, creating a focal point for public grief. Yes, all those people who were buried overseas, America never did that. America brought all the bodies home because it was more important to us, basically. It was more important to us. I think. I'm not saying it was more important. I don't even know the story of it. But we're not going to talk about the Commonwealth War Graves Society Commission and the horrible things that they did and how they're sinful and evil. We're not going to talk about that. America say they're sinful and evil. I'm not going to talk about that. They're sinful and evil. I'm not going to talk about that. America say they're sinful. I'm not going to talk. I'm not going to talk about that. They're sinful and evil. I'm not. Should I talk about that? I'm not going to talk about that. So it means an empty tomb. I don't think Kermit's named himself after. Is there an echo? Okay, an echo. Thank you. Thank you. So what happens is, when I turn on the screen here, then there's an echo. But I appreciate Lucy and Kermit. They have both told me that there's an echo. Fixed. Okay, thank you very much. And I've just been told that it's been fixed. Okay, and Andrew Rubin is here. Welcome back. I don't think Kermit's named after Teddy Roosevelt's wife. Well, let's ask Kermit what he was named after. Is that better? Is that better? I'm now in the frame. I was outdoors a little bit today. I'm not going to talk about it. I'm not going to talk about it. I'm not going to talk about it. I shouldn't talk about it. I shouldn't talk about it because it involves the cemeteries and what the Commonwealth War Graves Commission did to dishonor the people who were buried in this country, the poor people who were buried in this country, while they would fly around the world or draw however they would get around the world, from Uganda to Singapore to wherever, to put a nice stone and a nice cemetery and pay tons of money for those people to get a free trip around the world. Okay, everybody's here. Hello, Kerry Macca. Everybody is here. Everybody is here. Let me just get back on track here. So, the football game. I should spend more time talking about each individual subject. Basically, the football game. And the football game, so the place was roaring, and I thought to and Tristan was excited, and I had a very ominous feeling. I mean, the most ominous feeling is that basically I like going to football games for about 10 minutes, and then I got to go. And I was just thinking about food. That's all I was thinking. Maltese film. I was just thinking about food. So I went up and got a cup of tea, and then I went out and got a pie, and got a chicken pie. And my hearing has gone bad because of the Q-tips that I'm using. So I can't hear like I used to hear. I'm going to have them cleared, or maybe stop eating so much carbs. And she said to me that the pie was like, and I just said, yo, that's fine. Instead of, I didn't understand what she said. And I said yes. And it just wasn't, it was a chicken. The thing about it is everyone's into roast. They're into chicken. But what kind of chicken is it? They're into the white meat chicken, which is like tasteless. Like the guy said to me, he said that it tastes like it's a vegetable. White meat chicken is a vegetable. It's got no flavor whatsoever. Anyway, so I ate it. And then Tristan gave me a sausage in a bop or a bun or whatever it is. And that was horrible. That was even worse. Simone's here. Chicken is magic. No, it's not. And in a bun. And it was like, so that's 2 bits of bread. And then on the way home, I got some fried chicken. I had 2 chicken thighs in like the Morley's or whatever the shop is. And they were huge pieces of chicken shop. And I ate them right there on the spot. Chicken and mushroom is the best pie. I like beef and mushroom. Chicken is a vegetable. Yes, I said it. It was said to me. Chicken is a vegetable. Yeah, the beef pie. Keith says, hey, Keith, says he's sorry the beef pie is made out of chicken. Yeah. Wasn't that good? I'm eating, Lewis. Don't talk about ears. Why? Ears of corn? What are you talking about? I'm moving my way backwards. It doesn't make any sense. Julian mentioned CBGBs. 3 movies strikes again. What about 3 movies? Is because I mentioned that joke? Is your eyes are bigger? I don't know how many calories I've eaten today and how many carbs I've had today. And then on the way home, so I've had 2 ice cream sandwiches. I'm talking about food, and I am such a hypocrite. I'm such a liar. I'm weak. So that's my day playing football. Any questions, I'll answer them all. Then on the way home, I had 1,000 cakes. Yes, it's very easy. It's very easy for me to say to you people, you're fat. Just don't eat carbs. And look what I'm doing all day long. My carb thing has gone up. I'm like at 150 grams of carbs a day. It's not, and I think to myself, well, I used to have 350 to 400 grams of carbs a day. But I'm living today. I want to be healthy and young looking and beautiful today. I want to be beautiful for you people. What about fish and chips at the shop down your road? I haven't had one of those in a while, but yeah. Well, I was in that shop. That's actually true. I was in that shop about 2 weeks ago, and I had a plate of the, I did not have a wrap. I just had the plate of the lamb. Okay. Have you not practiced what you preach? No, you have not. You have not practiced. This is what Melian says. You're a bad, bad man. I'm a bad man because I don't practice what I preach. But I'm saying to you that, there's nothing like when Claire, when she talks about what she eats, you think to yourself, oh, this is going to be easy for Claire, but it's going to be hard for me. With me, and maybe it is hard for Claire too. She's like how to train herself. And that's what I'm saying to you. It's hard for all of us. It's the two that gets me. You had 2 ice creams, not like there's a box of them in the freezer. You specifically go back for another. That's exactly right. I had 2 ice creams. I was a bad, bad boy. Fish and chips are only good if you fry in beef drippings, not vegetable crap. That's exactly also right. Fish and chips can be amazing if it's beef drippings. I'm old enough to remember when there were these huge campaigns to get people stop using beef drippings. When they did that to McDonald's to stop them from doing beef drippings. And then McDonald's took out the beef drippings for the fries, and they sprayed beef flavor on their fries, which is brilliant, actually. Shameful, but brilliant. And then they sold it to the Indians, the poor Indians living in India who don't like beef at all. Well, they would like beef at all, but they were so poor they didn't have beef, so they made it a religion not to eat it. I don't know if that's true, but it's possible. Okay. Hotness must never spoil. Must never be spoilt. Hotness must never be spoiled. Claire says, Lewis, carbs are the enemy. Don't spoil your hotness. Yes. And then this morning, because yesterday morning, if you remember how much I woke up to, oh my God, what is this thing here? 77 point. I'm going to say I woke up at 77 today at 77.2. And yesterday I woke up at 76.7. So I didn't even know what I did wrong yesterday. But it's the carbs. It's the carbs because every gram of carbs, I've said this so many times. I could be 17 stone and you'd still love him, Claire. So there's not much risk there. Let me tell you something, Joodles. This is Joodles saying this. Women can turn on a guy who gets fat too. They could look at a guy and say you're fat. I know because men are always thinking, they're always thinking about looks, but so are women too, deep down. Vatnai says, only dull and boring people stick to their own rules. True leaders are flawed. That sounds like an interesting saying, but I don't think that that's true. Vatnai, I think, first of all, everybody is flawed. Everybody's flawed, and only dull and boring people stick to their own rules. I think you got to be pretty interesting to follow a rule, to say, this is my rule. I'm not doing it. Maybe you're right about that. You're half right. Hypocrisy. Now here's Lucy. Let's listen to what Lucy has to say. because Lucy always has something very intelligent to say. She's intelligent, and I think she's a guy the way she thinks. Hypocrisy is the tribute vice pays to virtue. Is the tribute. That means some money that vice pays to virtue. I don't, can we explain that, what that exactly means? Vice, the tribute vice pays to virtue. Though Joe says, I like that. I don't understand it. And, but Dame Claire says, you are right. Claire will love me even if we don't know that to be true. My ex-wife turned on me. People they turn on you. They love you so much. They think, oh my God, they love you. And then they don't. Or conversely, especially with women are like this a lot. A woman can just go, oh my God, I really like that guy. Why doesn't he call me? That's what I'm hoping for. I'm hoping there's a lot of negativity towards me. And then at some point you're going to realize, I see what Lewis Schaffer is doing. I see what he was doing. I see how he let the show dip, how the audience didn't stay with him, how now they're coming back, how he's now considered a genius. This is what happened when I was doing stand-up. People would go, oh my God, I get it now. I get what you're doing now. Even though I wasn't doing anything, it was just me. Seriously, Claire, you'd be arrested for simpery if you were a guy. Is that simpery because she says that she loves me? I mean, I like being loved. I love you, Kermit. Am I a simp for saying that? Claire, I love Claire. Am I a simp? Or put the apostrophe in there, full of S. I'm going to eat Asda's sushi later. It's not really sushi in Asda because it's not fresh meat. It's not fresh fish. So it's not sushi. It's delicious. Do you heat the sushi up? Because I eat it's cold and it just doesn't taste as good. I think cold rice is dangerous too. Keith Bexley says, oh my God. This is what Keith is saying. Oh my God. Why do we have an Indian as the chair of the BBC? Nothing against Indians, but it's twisted. Yeah, it's twisted. This country is being run by dirty foreigners and clean foreigners. I'm not saying Indians are dirty. I'm saying by foreigners, including myself. Maybe that's why I'm not on the TV. I'm going to get some water. I'll be back in a second. And I brought a little bit of coffee as well. I didn't hear that. What kind of, I mean, born in India? Raised in India? You know? First of all, there should be no BBC at all. BBC is SHI, right? Am I right about this? It's SHI with a T at the end. Keith Bexley. What kind of Indian is she? You saying Stormer is interesting, Vatnai. He sure doesn't stick to his own rules. Yes, he does. Basically, he does. He's trying to he's like the tariqa, whatever the Muslims have. He says, I'm going to lie in order to get ahead. I'm going to try to cut these kind of benefits to get ahead. I'm going to do what I can to get ahead. He's doing what he can to get ahead. Lewis, you are more fun because you lapse. That's what Vatnai says. Well, like we all do. It's not fun. I don't know if it's fun, but it is. I'm more honest about it. I think I'm honest. I'm trying to be honest. You never have a woman, Lewis. If you slip, she will leave you. You must always work to keep her. Warmelian, that is totally right. Women, they say, oh, we're loyal. Women are loyal. But when a woman stops loving you, oh my God, it's unbelievable. You never feel as much non-love as coming from a woman. Just like it's like they're loving you, and then it's like there's coldness. There's coldness, and they're angry at you because they think, how could I have loved that guy? How could I have loved that guy? What does Lud say? When that urge to wolf down the pies comes along, just look at the sky and say, help me, Lord. And that urge will surely pass. Yes, I should pray to the Lord. I should pray to the Lord. But because I keep track of my calories, right? So I keep track of the calories. And if my calories are low, I think to myself, I can have this because my calories are low. But the problem with carbs, and this is something I don't think I've heard many places speak about, is that you need extra water to process the carbs, to store the carbs as fat bloated weight. So you have to eat way lower calories if you're going to have a carb diet. I've had 1,608 calories today, possibly. 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 I'm not sure. But 1,608. But that's what? Tarika Starmer. Yeah, he's a liar. They're all, the left lie, except the ones that actually believe in it. Being hypocritical about your vices is to acknowledge what is virtuous. Okay. Oh, I understand that, Lucy. It's saying that if I sit there and say, I've been a bad boy today, I've had 2 ice cream sandwiches, then, which is about 400 calories, then it's me saying I should not have ice cream sandwiches. I should be low carb. I should be disciplined. I shouldn't have had those. That's a very good point. Very good point, Lucy. I wish to be locked in your bedroom, Lewis. I will not turn on you. I will just adore you. Okay. Well, there you go. That's what a man needs to hear. What is the sexiest words that a woman can say to a man? I won't me to you. I won't me to you. I won't me to you. I'm over 18. No, that's in America. I'm over 16. Whatever. Even that. Sorry about that. That was too much. Streaky Bacon is here. Carbohydrate credits. Yeah. Well, you're thinking to yourself, I can have carbohydrates today because I won't have them tomorrow. It's like Obama flying his jet plane with 15 air conditioners around the world. He says, I planted a tree. Something like that. That's very interesting, Streaky Bacon. Tarkia. Thank you, Andrew Rubin. Tarkia. It's okay to lie if it promotes Islam. It's okay to lie if it promotes Islam. I wish to be... Okay, thank you, Claire, for saying that. I'm rereading that. Just looked up Turkey. Never heard of it before. Well, I think it's a basic thing of what they believe. Just sit there and lie. As long as we're getting ahead, as long as Islam is moving forward. And they don't deserve the truth. Maybe that's what they're thinking, because they haven't accepted Islam properly. So they don't deserve speaking the truth. It's pronounced cenotaph, says Judels, but we never manage that either. Cenotaph. It means empty tomb. We just looked it up. Empty tomb. Stop banging the box. I'm sorry. It's also, they're exploding. It's outside. They're having the whatever it is, this week of fireworks. Stop banging the box, Lewis. Stop banging the box. Okay, yes, I'm not banging the box. Vatnai says, surely by now you must know what I think about Starmer. I think we all pretty much don't like Starmer. Julian says, rehab is for quitters. Yeah, if you want to quit. If you want to quit. I'm not going to have any more food. I've had 1,600 calories. I don't even know if that's how many I had. Hold on a second. Breaded fried chicken. It was two. I'm going to say that this is I'm going to say it's 3.25. Hold on a second. 325 grams. I'm just going to say 325. It's probably more than that. I'm going to say 350. They were big pieces. You get some big pieces. KFC doesn't have big pieces. KFC's Joodles. Stop banging the box. And so Kermit writes, that's what she says. That's what she said. That's what she said. So how many? Let me just see how much. So let's say 1,600 calories. Let's see how many. 150 grams of carbs. I'm a bad boy. And that's just guessing what it is. That's just guessing. I like the idea of waking up a little bit thinner and a little bit more beautiful. More beautiful. My cousin works in stick and sushi. What is, I think sushi has an I at the end, not a Y. What is Simone? That's my friend Simone Casagrande. He's Italian. What is stick and sushi? I don't know what that is. The ends justify the means. All Marxists believe this. Maybe that's why Marxists and Muslims get along together. The ends justify the means. You know, I mean, I don't believe that. In Taqiyya, Allah's instructions to his followers is it okay to lie as long as it helps Islam's dominations of other religions and cultures. Every Muslim, peaceful or not, is indoctrinated with it. Yeah, maybe. I don't know. I don't really know that many Muslims. My own belief system probably means that they're decent, you know. People are people, but, you know, still people believe different things than other people. No more food, Lewis. You've been doing so well, and you're still slim and gorgeous. Don't take it for granted. Thank you. Yes. I've gained about 300 or so, or 400 grams, which is almost a pound in a day. I didn't even know what I did yesterday. I didn't go over. Anyway. There was a vid on X the other day. It was genuinely shocking. Genuinely shocking. Well, what did it say? What was it shocking about? I don't know. These two are talking, you know, Kermit and Joodles and Ruby. They're all talking to each other. What about me? Don't forget about me. I'm here. I don't know if these well, wait. These shows, it went up, it goes down, or it started up, it goes down, it goes up again. I've given up on chicken because of the mass production. Yeah, they're gross. It's gross. You won't find me near Nando's or a KFC. I reckon, I tell you, KFC probably has the best chicken because people are watching them. Same thing with McDonald's and the beef. People are watching them. So then, you know, you can't mess with it. It's not like your kosher, your corner store. Caroline Cooper. But she says, I reckon a lump of beef or cod has had a better life. Probably you're right. I don't know. Is cod's from the ocean? I read that book about cod. Did you read the book about cod, Caroline Cooper? The whole book was about cod. It was how important cod was. It was just so stupid. It was just about cod. And there was another book about salt. It was just so stupid. It's about salt. The vid about tequila, Lewis. I'm sure I sent it to you. Okay, well, I'll have to look at it. It's about tequila. I don't even need to know whether they're lying or not. The truth is scary enough. And the lie is just as scary. Oh, well, everything's going to be okay. I know the truth. The lie, I know the truth. My friend, my beautiful friend, Tristan is very left wing. Very, very left wing. But we're friends because he's a good guy. He's a good guy. I mean, whatever. You can't be a good guy and be left-wing, but I understand where it comes from. It doesn't come from a bad place. Why do you think I thought that Stormer was interesting? Vatnai is asking Kermit. Okay, you can discuss that amongst yourselves, and then maybe we'll have a summary at the end of this show. Liam Breen is here. I see what that means. We're being nice, Liam. I don't even know who Liam is. Where are you from again, Liam? Is Liam Kermit, is Liam one of those people? Is he one of like the 3 people who are just chicken pallets or a brilliant plant chicken pallets are a brilliant plant food full of nitrogen. What is a chicken pallet? Lewis, you are hilarious at times. Thank you, Claire. Thank you for saying that. You know, people think you're insane, Claire. I'm on aspirin every day. Anything I should know? I would stop taking it. I don't know. I've stopped taking all the pills. I took 1 magnesium today. That's my pill. I should take a vitamin D. I'll take a vitamin D after the show is going on here. Just not sure the theory tracks if we apply it evenly. Vat and I. mean, they're talking amongst themselves. Let's just see what's going on over here. Well, we're up to 34, considering there's been a change. Whenever there's a change, there's always a problem. We lose some people and gain some people, but we have some people here. I don't know. What football team do you support? One thing we could say, we could all support a team. Even are there any left-wing teams that we cannot support, or any right-wing teams we want to support, or vice versa? What about Tim Davie? Tim Davie is the head of the BBC. Isn't that who Tim Davie is? What is the news regarding that? Tim Davie news. He resigns. Serious and systematic bias in coverage. Duh, of course there is. BBC resident director Tim Davies and the CEO, they issued a statement. Tim Davie resigns as BBC Director General over Trump documentary. There you go. That's the BBC, the Director General, Tim Davie, has resigned. Okay, should I read it like we're a real thing, like we're a real news thing? Can you see it? Should I read it? What's up there? Should I read it? What's up there? Can you see that? Breaking news. Tim Davies continues. Lewis resigned. Tim quits. I mean, the point is, everybody knows that the whole thing is a lie. The BBC, nothing personal. The BBC is a lie. Yes, he was warned. We can't have people doing this. It's just, we're us nice people. We're not nice people, but we're nice people. Aren't we all nice people? Should I read what they said? I'm going to read in the background. You don't have to pay attention to this. But it says this: Deborah Turner, as the corporation's head of news, she also stepped down from her role over the issue. Davies held the job for 5 years, but has recently faced increasing pressure over a series of missteps and allegations of bias. Of course, it's all bias. It's all bias. Announcing his resignation on Sunday evening, Davies says, like all public organizations, the BBC is not perfect. It's not a public organization. It is the publicity propaganda arm of the globalists who control the government, who control whatever the world we live in. I think that's what you'd call it. Yeah, they edited. They put the two sections of the speech together to make it seem like it was one speech. So that it said this. This is what they said Trump said. We are going to walk down to the Capitol, and I'll be there with you. And we fight. We fight like hell. And he didn't say that. He said, be on your best behavior. I'll be there, but be on your best behavior. The pair's resignation come as head of the BBC's chairman, Samir Shah. Who needs a guy named Samir Shah ahead of it? He would like to issue a statement to a parliamentary committee on Monday in which he was expected to apologize for the way the speech was edited. Shah said it was a sad day for the BBC and that Davey had the full support of me and the BBC board throughout his tenure. He continued, however, I understand that the continuing pressure on him personally and professionally, which has led him to take this decision today, the whole board respects the decision and the reasons for it. Interesting. The buck stops with me, using the American phrase. Why should the BBC have a news site? Why should the BBC be presenting quote-unquote news? They're not a news organization. They make news. They're the government. Aren't they the government? They're the government. Does anybody disagree with me on this thing? Does anybody disagree? I'm going to read what you have to say in a second. Full screen. Really noticed he comes across his way as very anti-Muslim on there as much. Let's see. Let's get back. That Tim Davey looks so shifty, and his face tells me he is very untrustworthy. Claire, you don't need to even think like that. It's the BBC. They cannot be trusted because they don't represent the British people. They steal our money. Oh, I'm sorry, Jules. If I'm screaming, tell me I'm screaming. I won't scream. Why can't I scream? Somebody needs to scream in this country. The BBC has a world news service. How is that news? It's not, it's world. Even the local thing is the world service, but it's not news service. Love the Stranglers. Well, my friend Joel is a huge Strangler fan. Tim Davey may have resigned, but what about all the others below him? They should get the sack and shut it down. I got a better idea. Take the entire thing and sell it. And let them lose money on it. And then they'll all go out of business. What? Maybe we shouldn't do that. Janet says, I don't have a TV license. Never watch BBC or live TV. Yeah, go for it. Me neither. I don't pay. You could scream if you want to, Joodles. But you get a horrible pitch into your voice when you do, and it's hard to listen to. That's all. You don't like my voice when I start screaming. Yeah, maybe you're right. Maybe it doesn't sound good. I'm not seeing his messages on here unless they pop up. Whose messages? That Liam guy? Who is he? I don't know who he is. Some people can't help themselves. Some people can't help themselves. Yes. I mean, it's worth something. They own shares. They have office space. They have divisions. They shouldn't be. And then the BBC One, should be sold off. The idea that that we need a television station. I need to get a grip. Are you talking to me, Julian? I need to get a grip. I just get so upset the BBC bothers me so much. Maybe if they gave me a job or something. I want to bite that hand so badly. I want to make them wish they never. Let's read the lyrics to that song one more time. You ready for the lyrics for that? Let's read the lyrics to that song. Radio, 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 radio lyrics. I want to bite the hand that feeds me. I want to bite that hand so badly. I want to make them wish they'd never seen me. Some of my friends sit around every evening and they worry about the times ahead. But everybody else is overwhelmed by indifference and the promise of an early bed. You either shut up or get cut up. They don't want to hear about it. It's only inches on the reel to reel. And the radio is in the hands of such a lot of fools trying to anesthetize the way that you feel. That's Elvis Costello. What a great song. What a great song. That was my second favorite song. Here was my favorite song. I listened to it for hundreds of times. Ready? Ready for singing a new song. Oliver's army is here to stay. Oliver's army are on their way. And I would rather be anywhere else than here today. Or but here than here today. There was a checkpoint, Charlie. I don't think this is the correct lyrics. He didn't crack a smile. Let me see if there's another lyrics. That's a better lyrics than this lyrics. I'm sorry. Oliver's army. You know what it is? I know there's somebody somebody reading this thing. And you're thinking, "Oh, Lewis, don't read that. It's not that interesting." But I like it. I like it. There was a checkpoint, Charlie. I always thought it's there I was at checkpoint, Charlie. I didn't crack a smile, but it's no laughing party when you've been on the Murdy Mile. Oliver's army is here to stay. Oliver's army are on their way, but I would rather be any. Let's play the music just a little bit. It's not playing. It's not playing, but it is what it is. It is what it is. What a great song. Who doesn't like that song? I love that song. So 22 million people paid for a TV license in the year to March 2025, which generated $3.8 billion. This is what Judel says. Who's paying for this thing? You realize that's about, let's see. It's about Cromwell? No, it's not about Cromwell. It wasn't about Cromwell. I don't think it was. Was it? I'm not sure. Maybe it was. I'm just only hearing it the way I heard it when I was 19 years old, maybe, and I was at uni in America. That's what I was hearing it. Oliver's Army is a great song. It is a great song by Elvis Costello. What is Elvis Costello's real name? Go, buddy, go, Peaches. I have it on vinyl. That's another great song, Joe. I saw them perform that song. Let's play that song. There's the other song that I love so much, which is Stranglers. Today's gonna be Stranglers songs. What is the song that I like? Song. Hold on, lyrics. Hold on, lyrics. It's not here. It's not here. It's not here. It's not here. Let's view it all. What is the song called that I likes? There we go. That's the song. I tell you, he's so good, Hugh Cromwell, whatever his name is. He's just so cool. He's so cool. Don't you think he's cool? I think he's brilliantly cool. I think he's just so cool. And he's so thin. That's the way I want to be. Skin deep lyrics. This is my favorite song. What is your favorite song? And I'll sing it. Maybe there's someone who makes you weep. Some nights loom up ahead when you're asleep. Some days there are things in your mind you should keep. Sometimes it's tougher to look than to leap. One day the track you're on, the track that you're climbing gets steep. Your emotions are frayed and your nerves are starting to creep. But just remember the days as long as... Yeah. Watch out for the skin deep. You better watch out for the skin deep. You better watch out for the skin deep. Many people tell you they're your friend. You believe them. You need them for what's around the river bend. Make sure you're receiving the signals they send. Because, brother, you've only got two hands to lend. What a great song. What a great song. What a great song. What a great song. Who the fuck is the right mind would even pay to have a TV license? Don Aylesbury says. Surely 22 million can't be. We've been brainwashed to think it's important that by calling it a license. Calling it a license is a lie. It's a lie. It's a tax. It's not even a tax. It's a shakedown. They just say, we want the money to brainwash you. You know, I mean, basically, when they set up this whole electrical thing, they said, oh, we need to have a license because we need to pay for the transmitters or whatever. But, you know, now we know we don't need to do that. We don't need to do that. But I agree with you, Donna. Who the hell? I mean, I don't watch it intentionally. But then they'll make it. They'll say we've got to charge a license to run the internet. Horrible. I have objected to the license fee. Let's call it a tax. The tax. For quite a while now. Don't call it a license fee. Just call it a tax for several reasons. Things like us paying for the BBC Alba, spoken in a language about only 40 people still speak. And even fewer watch. Yes, it's ridiculous. What about why should we pay for Radio Iran or Radio or Arab or Palestinian? Whatever we're doing, we're paying for it. I don't, you know, why should we pay for those people to promote hating us? It's fear, Don. I still pay it because I watch live TV. You know, I don't know. Funny, Lucy, who do you think that Oliver was? Oliver Bonus. Who do you think it was? Maybe he was wrong. Who? I'm going to Google it. Who was the Oliver in Oliver's Army by Elvis? Is not a specific person, but a symbolic, this is what it says, to the British Army and its presence in Northern Ireland during the Troubles. The song was written as a commentary in the 1970s conflict, inspired by seeing British soldiers on patrol in Belfast. This is according to the law, to AI, but let's see what it says in Wikipedia. It says the socioeconomic composer of war. It doesn't say anything about Oliver Cromwell. By writers, one of the highlights of armed forces, and received critical acclaims for the song has appeared in numerous rankings of Elvis Costello great songs. Comment on the Troubles. I don't think it was Oliver Cromwell. According to sound, but it says here it does. know. And maybe you're right. Maybe you are right. What do you think? Maybe you're right. Maybe Lucy is right. Maybe it has something to do with Oliver Cromwell. Do we support Oliver Cromwell? I guess if you're Irish, you might not support him, but okay. Here are some stats. Women account for 74% of convictions for TV license evasions, about 30% of all female convictions in recent years. What does that mean? What does it mean about 30% of all female convictions? What does that mean? How could it be 74 and then 30%? I think we should pay for things like Alba, though maybe something better. Definitely not BBC Arabic. Why should we pay? Why should people in England pay for Alba? Why should we pay? Why should we pay for even the BBC in this? It's not my business. It's not my business. I'm not from this country. I want to apologize to the people of this country for the trouble that I'm causing. I want to apologize for this. I've not paid a license fee for 25 years, says Lud. The BBC have nothing to offer me. There you go. Lud's against it. I'm against it. I don't watch the BBC at all, Donna, says Joodles, but I watch other live channels, and them's the rules. What does that mean, them's the rules? Break the rules. I'm not telling anybody to break the rules. I only watch the BBC for strictly EastEnders and Drag Race. I'm that kind of girl. Joe Warrior Princess, Joe Sanders says. Yeah, well, that's horrible. What horrible shows those are, strictly EastEnders and Drag Race. Promoting homosexuality, and promoting intermingling. 30% of all female convictions, out of everything females get convicted of. Oh, okay. So 30%, that's a lot of convictions. And women, because they say, I'm playing by the rules, and they go to court and everything. But 4% of the TV fee convictions are female. What's not to get? Okay, I understand it. Now, once you explained it, I just wanted to be sure I knew exactly what you meant. F the rules, says Donna. F the rules. Bin it off and treat yourself to something the value of 100, whatever it is. I think it's 170 pounds now, 116. It's a lot of money. It's a lot of money. 74% of the people convicted of non-payment of the license fee are female, Lewis. And those convictions account for 30% of anything the females were convicted of. Okay, that makes sense. Makes sense twice. Just because I don't understand it doesn't mean I'm an idiot. I mean, I am an idiot, but doesn't mean that I'm an idiot. I hope I'm not an idiot. Here's Jedster. Women should try not being daft by opening the door to TV license officers. By talking to them and say, I'm not talking to you. Get the hell out. I'm not talking to you. That's what needs to be said. I am not talking to you. Good point, Jed. That's exactly what needs to be done. Keith Bexley says, I agree with your sentiment, Lewis, but personally, I would like to have a public broadcaster which is unbiased and British, so completely different from the current BBC. You're asking for an impossibility, Keith. It can never be unbiased. It will represent the state. The state is now under control of the World Economic Forum. The state is communist. The state is globalist. The state is feminizing. The state hates this country. It does not, we do not need, and the state makes news. The state should not be reporting news. I know you want that to happen, but it ain't going to happen. I think I was very articulate when I said that. Do you think that was articulate, Keith? I think it was. I think it was pretty articulate. The BBC, says Vatnai, uses overseas radio to project British influence around the world, but they forget that it doesn't work and only encourages our enemies. That's true, British influence, especially now that Britain is like has stopped being Britain. it's got Indian people running all the enterprises, and the attitude is like, we're so sorry for what we did. Britain is the greatest country in the world because it created America. The greatest country. The greatest country. Now, Vatnoy agrees with Keith Bexley. The BBC got seriously bad in 2016. Before then, I used to listen to R4 and R3 all the time. No, we weren't sensitive to the lies that they were telling. All this multicultural garbage. That multiculturalism is good. It doesn't work, multiculturalism. It doesn't mean that they're bad. But you can't have different cultures in the same country. You can't do it. Unless somebody has made a prior appointment to see me. I never answer the door. Never answer the door. That's a really good point. Why is somebody knocking at the door? No, I always go to the door naked, teach them a lesson. Or reward them depending on what their feeling is. Okay? The director general says sell air at Audax. And head of news just resigned over the Trump thingy. Don't fund their pensions. Yeah, they shouldn't fund their pension. They broke the code. What they did was illegal. Feminizing. What does that even mean? I'll tell you what it means. Feelings before facts. That's feminizing. Sorry for saying that, Lucy. I shouldn't even talk like this because I want Lucy to like me so much, and she doesn't like me, but I want you to like me. She thinks I'm a misogynist. We need a world of men with some women. Okay. In a hospital waiting room a few years ago, TV was high up on the wall, out of reach. EastEnders was on. Anyway, after 10 minutes, I thought, yup, exactly the same. I've not missed anything. Yeah, it's EastEnders. What are you saying? You're saying EastEnders hasn't changed, Lud? Is that what you're saying? No, you're walking on your hands again, Lewis. The BBC, stripped of state funding, would become answerable to shareholders. Yeah, let them. But don't give them a channel. Don't give them all these channels. Let's sell all the channels off. They wouldn't have any channels. They'd be like a nothing. There is something because they're given billions of dollars. But who would pay? You know what I mean? If people had a chance, who would pay for the BBC? They've been given money. Of course, they're going to be something. The BBC, this is what Kermit says, have been conning us for years. They were not allowed to. They were not allowed to be for profit, so made BBC Studios, which they sold series to other countries and didn't pay that to their shareholders, which are us. Yeah, to keep going. That's all they want to do is keep going, number one. And number two, spread communism and feminism. Communism and feminism. I'm sorry, Lucy. I'm against feminism. I'm against it, and it's bad for women. A similar thing happened to me last week. I was in the A&I with my daughter, and the news channel was on. It drove me mad for 3 hours. Exactly right, with their lies, with their absolute lies. They're one side of the story, and they pretend, oh, we're biased. And then when the guy gets caught for being so unbiased, people go, oh, okay, well, that's all right. Then the guy lost his job. But the fact is, he got caught for being unbiased. Wow, femininity sounds really bad and stupid. Not femininity. Femininity is something different. Feminism is bad. Femininity is nice. It's being whatever it means. It's good. Yet some men complain that women aren't feminine enough. Very confusing. Yeah, because you took the word that I use, which is feminism, and it's not femininity. Femininity, I mean, I don't know. I don't know how to put it into place. And this is one thing about me. I don't know, what changes could be made at the present moment. What could be made at the present moment? I don't know. I don't know what could be made. But but it's part of communism. The reason why communism exists, and I think George Orwell spoke about this, was because women want to get along. Let's all get along. Let's be nice. The babies are dying. The babies. Sorry. Bad. I'm a bad man. The babies, they're killing the babies. We have to stop. We're gonna let them into the country because they're killing the babies. Is dying. The babies are growing up to be murderers. The babies are little babies. Okay, sorry about that. That's too much. It's surprising how little you need when you switch off from it. Yeah, you don't need any BBC. I haven't watched BBC ever, practically. The only program I ever watched, and I don't watch it anymore, was a Match of the Day. But, I mean, I could see how you would like those programs. I mean, I can't see how you'd like EastEnders. That is the bleakest, most miserable program ever. This is what Andrew Rubin, I expect there was a time when the BBC made profits, when the production costs were not so expensive and the excess went back to the government. I don't think that's ever true. Feminizing means becoming more feminine, Lewis. Okay? It has nothing to do with feminism. Okay? Well, I'm speaking about the idea of the babies. The babies. We've got to be nice to people. We can't offend people. We can't say anything that offends. So that's a crime. Saying something that offends somebody is a crime. That's feminism. Terrible fake news about Gaza. Exactly. Terrible fake news about Gaza. The real news is pretty bad, but the actual news, there's no genocide going on there. That's what I believe. Tim Davies has resigned. Thank God. Well, is it going to change the company? No, the whole company is filled with people like that. Seriously. Okay. I'm not arguing semantics. I am in favor of women being feminine, whatever that means. But I am against the idea that people are doing things because of feelings, okay? That of equality, of equity and stuff like that. Equity, that's a feminized thing. We're all in this together. And meanwhile, they're stabbing each other behind the backs. The BBC profits never went back to the government. They just got spent hundreds of thousands of pounds on X half-hour documentary, on a half-hour documentary. Yeah, they had tons of money to spend. They spent it on me. You could Google. I went to America on a BBC documentary. Yes, that's right, Kermit. It wasn't a statement. It was a question. Read what statement, Andrew Rubin? What did I miss reading? I shouldn't. You were implying that women are ruled by our emotions. It's so insulting. No. I'm not saying that. I'm saying that you place emotions before facts. That's what I believe. I don't think you're ruled. I think you're trying to avoid people's bad feelings being hurt. You know, you're in favor of the government taking care of everybody. The guy who killed 2 Jewish people shouted that babies were being killed. Yeah, well, this is what's happened. This is what people believe. They believe that there's genocide going on, that they're killing babies. They're going in there and shooting the babies, which they're not. But maybe they, whatever. So I'm not saying you're ruled by, and yes, women are ruled by women are ruled. Women think it's so important that we be nice to people. Don't raise your voice. Don't make people feel bad. That we're all alike. We're all good people. Whereas men think, I want something for me and my family. Okay? That's what I believe. I'm not even explaining it probably because I don't really understand it because I'm an idiot, but I don't understand it. but I get the general feeling. It's all with no communism is run and controlled by women. And I know we have women watching this thing, and I want to apologize to you if you think that I'm being. Daz is here. Hi, Daz. That's so. You're right, Janet. This is what people. This is what's going on right now. Remember, the babies. Look at all those houses destroyed. They must have killed the babies. They must have killed the babies. Meanwhile, those women who live in Gaza are letting their husbands go out and rape and murder, which they said is okay. Somebody sent me an image. Let's see what the image was sent. All right, let me make sure that this thing is turned off. Okay, let's see what's been sent. Oh, there's the sushi. Simone sent me the Sticks and Sushi. Where is Sticks and Sushi? Oh, what a great location that place is. Oh, I know where that is. Oh my God, that's so. Oh, look at that. I spent many a time. They're right in the corner of the street there, Sticks and Sushi. Right by, there's the, whatchamacallit? There's the, what are those two buildings? Those are the, that's Greenwich. There's the railroad tracks going under Greenwich. I never realized that. I never looked at the overground train. There's the old train station there. And then it curves off. Then there's the lifting bridge. What a great map. Great map. Let me just... That's something. Hold on a second. That's the sushi. Is it sushi, though? It looks like it's cooked. It looks like it's cooked. Here's a picture of me. All right, well, thank you very much, Simone. There we go. I like this. I love this kind of argument because I know I'm going to lose followers. I'm going to lose friends. I'm going to be quoted badly. Or maybe quoted correctly, and they're going to say I'm a horrible person. They're going to say I'm a horrible person. I know exactly what you mean, Lewis. You're just articulating it poorly. You're attributing DEI to female, and that's the red pill bullshit you've been fed. It's nothing to do with female. Well, it's true. Men, too, also believe that. Yes. Maybe you're right. Maybe it's true. I think you're right. Thank you, Jules, for saying that. Yeah, I don't think it's red pill, but I think women vote for communism more than men do. So I'm blaming the women. Women vote for communism. That's why they paid June Sarpong some ridiculous wage for 2 days a week as director of creative diversity. Yeah, you got to stop paying these people for DEI things. Did you see the Villa protest? They view Israel as a European colony. Well, to a degree it is, and it might be considered the last European colony. But we are a Muslim colony here. What they're doing here, look at France. It's a Muslim colony, so they should shut the F up about colonization because they're colonizing us. All local government is that way, High Kermit says. If your department doesn't spend all its monies in one financial year, then their allocation in the next will be less. Yes, that's true. So they got to spend the money. That's one of the reasons government is so bad. But it works that way for business too. If you're a department and you don't spend all your money, you have to give it back. Basically, you have to give it back. Everything's uncooked in Japan. Lewis would fit in well there. I don't think everything's uncooked, but a lot is uncooked. Yeah, sashimi and sushi, yes. Yeah, and they live good lives. Yeah, Janet, I'm not going to say that person said he said on the TV that he wouldn't pay his TV license and then he wanted to be arrested so he could have his say. Yeah. He can have his say right now. Well, I don't pay my license, but I never watch live TV. But maybe they'll see, oh, you did watch a bit of here, a bit of there. I never watch TV anyway, but are they going to charge me for this stuff? Got that on the background, multitasking. You're multitasking. TAF Wars made me laugh. I think it's a Daily Motion. Talking about Lud, okay. Really dodgy stuff, Sushi. More parasites in it than anything else. Yeah, maybe there are, but does it kill people? No, because we can eat parasites. We can eat bacteria because our stomachs are incredibly acidic. Could be. Could be. Who knows? I don't know what he's thinking. They also hide huge wages behind the BBC studios as they don't have to publish them. Yeah. Well, what are they doing? What is the BBC doing owning businesses? In America, it's the same thing where they say, oh, it's not under the purview of the president. And the Supreme Court goes, oh, maybe it is. Maybe it should be. But this is after 60 years. Lucy says this, amazing how communism, which was invented by men, first took over much of the world when women had little or no power and is being blamed on women. I'm not blaming communism on women, but I'm saying women are the biggest supporters of communism because it all sounds really good. Everybody, there's money for everybody, the magic money tree. Right. Lucy, you should spend more time listening to me. Yeah, I don't think you listen to me as much as you should listen to me. And anyway, communism is only like 150, 170 years old. And during that time, women have achieved amazing, amazing things. And maybe we've gotten richer, but we're also about to be bankrupted and broke. I'm not against women working when they reach a certain age. Okay, we can all go to our local council website and search for HMO applications in your district. I'm interested as my one has shut its page down. What is HMO? It stinks what they're covering up. What is HMO? What does an HMO application mean? I don't know. We already know everything is the fault of women, Lucy. We know that everything is the fault of women trying to do men's jobs. Men's jobs, which they can do, which women can do Women can do men's jobs, but that doesn't mean that they should do men's jobs. I mean, men can't have babies. Women can have. Anyway, house of multiple occupancy. What are they saying? There's no more. What does that mean, house of multiple occupancy? So what is it? Let me read that again. So you're saying there's no more, okay, migrant housing. So there's no more multiple, there's no more, what does it mean that you can't find this listing? Is that not having multiple occupancy, or they're all full, or they're all trying to make it quiet by saying that they don't need to like sort of advertise multiple occupancy? Communists have infiltrated most local councils. It is a systemic problem throughout the country now. Yeah. I should find you what I read today, what my council sent me today. My council, this is what my council sent today. They've got estate surgery sessions, and it says that the Southern Council, they're, quote, working to be a good landlord. Here, can you see that? Maybe we can see that. Well, let me just get over there. Working to be a good landlord. That means they're saying they're not even a good landlord. They're a bad landlord, but we're working to be a good landlord. They're not even saying to be the best landlord. The council should not own any property. They shouldn't own any property. I missed it. A tale as old as times, says Joodles. What were you wearing? Well, what did you say? Why did you argue with him? What did you expect to happen? What is this about? I don't know what this is about. I missed it. What is a man's job, Lewis? Well, we know what men's jobs are because women aren't doing those jobs. They're not doing those jobs. They do the jobs after the man make. I don't want to discuss it because I sound like it sounds like I'm against women working. I'm against women. Am I against women working? I'm not so sure. I'm against women working. I'm not so sure. Clean? Are my nails dirty? Are they dirty? Yeah, they are dirty. They're a bit dirty. I'm usually very clean. At least no. Let me rephrase that. My hands are very clean. The rest of me, I do not wash. I mean, a little bit. I don't wash. No, I don't wash them. Interesting. A DOS house is for immigrants. So they're saying there is no advertising for DOS houses where they used to be like if you need a DOS house, here's a place to go to because they're all full because they got illegal immigrants coming in who are artists. They're bad people and they don't. Maybe some of them are good. You just said women are doing men's jobs. Yes, they are. I mean, obviously, if a woman can do it, it's not a man's job. But yes, I believe that. Is that wrong for me? Is it wrong for me to say? I'm saying we need a society. No, we don't. This is our society. And if you're going to let people in who don't believe what you believe, then this country's in trouble. And that's what they're doing. They say they care about women, but they're letting in people who don't want women to work. You think that I don't want women to work. They're letting in people who don't think that women should be educated or show their faces. But they're letting them in. And they're letting in people, if you let in people who are that way, then you must hate women yourself. Not you, but the rest of them. Men have had their shot, and look at what it got us, says Ludd. Where they got it. We are the richest world in the entire world, in the history of the world. That's what men have done. You like Liz Bentley. She works. Is that okay? Yeah, I think women whose children are grown should work. I believe that. I got to be careful with what I'm saying because I haven't thought about it. But I haven't thought about it. Maybe I'm just saying because I want Lucy to be angry at me because it means she might at least be thinking about me. She won't be liking me, but she'll be thinking about me. Maybe I'm doing it just to get in her brain. Am I doing it to get in your brain, Lucy? I think the situation that we're in right now is that women today are not having enough kids. And we need kids. I almost went back to Afghanistan because the Taliban weren't letting the girls go to school. We almost went back to Afghanistan. I mean, we as British people. Because the Taliban weren't letting the girls go to school. Let's get back on track. I mean, it's not... This is just my thoughts. My thoughts is that the biggest supporters of the Democratic Party, the biggest supporters of the Labor Party, the biggest supporters of globalism, of communism, all of the Lib Dems and the Green are women. Not all women, but a lot of women. And that's when I say feminization comes from. It's communism. Lewis, be careful. You'll be saying women know your place next. Well, first of all, women don't have a place. That's the problem with our society. They don't have any place to go to. So that's one of the reasons there's so much unhappiness. Women do not support labor more than men, Lewis. That's just wrong. Well, let's Google that. Let's Google that. We're going to Google that. Do women hold on a second. Do women support labor more than men? Okay. Maybe you're right. Okay, you could be right there. You could be right. Okay, I'm wrong. I'm wrong. Yes. Yes, women, no. Yes, no. Yes, no. Yes, no. I don't know what this means. That's not that. Can you see that? In the last two elections, women are more likely to support labor, vote labor. All right, has it been historically this? What is the answer to this question? I just checked 37% of the women to 37% of the men. So he's marginally right. That's in the last election. What about the Green Party? Let's look for the Green Party, which is the new party. Hold on a second. Let's get back on track here. Full screen, window capture. Okay, sorry. What was the question? Do women support the Green Party? UK. I'm going to make it UK. More than men. This is the Green Party. 13%, about 40% more women than men. 15% versus 9%. That's 50% more. Gender gap. This is old. But this is basically the truth. Core Lewis. Bang wrong about labor. Lucky. Probably right that women vote left more, though. The Green Party have one MP, Lewis. They're nothing. They are nothing, but how many? But now I think there's 17 or 18% say this. They're currently second in the polls or close to it. So no army in history has ever conquered Afghanistan. Many have. Okay, that's not what we're talking about. Yeah, the polls don't mean anything. They don't mean anything, but yeah. How did we switch to talking about Afghanistan? Well, now we're talking about Afghanistan. Basically, we're talking about Afghanistan. I mean, more people, the left-wing parties are supported by women right now. They're supported by women right now. All right, so what we're going to do is this. We're going to say, we're we're not going to go on too much longer. I want to apologize for being late today. I want to apologize for what I said, because it's not well thought out. What about the Liberal Democrats and the Greens, Daz say? Okay, let's look for the Lib Dems and the Greens. Okay. How about this? Are young women okay? Women generally more likely to lean left in their voting preferences. Younger women are significantly more likely to support left-wing parties. Younger men are more likely to vote right-wing parties. I mean, that's not the right answer. Anyway, okay, so that's been I know they're nothing. Let's just say we're going to say goodbye. We've been on the air for 2 hours. I want to thank you people for being here. I want to thank you for listening to me. I want to thank you for thinking that I'm an idiot for saying what I'm thinking. I don't know how to express myself, but the idea, and I'll figure it out. I'll find something. Maybe I'll send a YouTube video about it. Andrew Rubin, I'm not talking to you, Lewis. Oh, okay. There are women who are against. I'm not talking about feminism, which I am against. That's young women. I'm talking about women generally. Yeah. I mean, older women are different than younger women. But the young women, there's something about communism that women like more than men. I can tell. I believe. Possibly true. Maybe I'm wrong. This show is disintegrated. I want to apologize for the last 10 minutes of my behavior, not for your behavior. You guys have been very good. You've asked questions. You've actually made statements. You've contradicted me. You've argued. You've expressed an opinion. We've had a very good chat. What did we discuss today? Can I write down what we discussed so I can put it up there? Women supporting the small lefty parties like the Greens more than men is irrelevant. They're not a small lefty party. They're going to be the largest party coming up. Labor is dead. Labor is gone. Number one, we discussed women support communism. Because communism is state control, state benefits, state protection. Whereas, so if you're whatever, if you have a strong, successful man, which the state is against, then you're probably not going to do it. We could talk about that tomorrow because we're about to end our show. Okay, Caroline Cooper, but thank you for asking me. Reform was a small right-wing party until they came in second place in half the country. Exactly. And that's it's going to be the Greens. It's going to be the Greens versus Reform or whatever's out there. I think that's going to happen. 24-party politics is here to stay. Yeah, there's going to be, not for a little bit, until they all combine, because it's a parliamentary system. So that's what else? What were we discussing in the beginning part of the show? The BBC? BBC, giving money to the BBC? Should we? What else did we discuss? Football? I don't know. I'll be working tomorrow. Some of us women have to work. Of course you've got to work. And is your life better? Is your life better because you have to work? No. Lewis, listen to the song, Women of the World by Ivor Cutler. Okay, I'll look it up. Ivor Cutler. I know who Ivor Cutler is. Women of the World. Women of the World. Okay. So this has been a good show. I think it's been a good show. Has it been it's been entertaining for me. I'm glad you stayed. We had a good audience and you know what I mean? You were good. I really liked B by Colin Newman. I didn't listen to that song, but I listened to a lot of the other songs that Colin Newman had. And it was a certain type of music from the early 1980s. I mean, it was all right. It was all right. It was all right. It was all right, says Russ. So thank you, Russ. Thank you, Joodles, Xeller at Ordex. Thank you, Lud. Thank you, Caroline. Thank you, Andrew Rubin. Thank you, Lucy, of course. Joe. Thank you, Daz. Vatanai was here. I didn't even see him there. Keith Bexley. That's basically it. Donna Aylesbury. I like Donna coming in there like the way she does. And everything, Lud, Janet, everything that I suggest are ideas. I'm not saying we should come in and stop women from working. I'm a libertarian if women want to work. But Daz, I don't think it makes women happy, basically. It doesn't make women happy. You think it makes women happy, but it doesn't make you happy. I'm sorry if you're not happy. You've got to find happiness somewhere else. That's where you've got to find your happiness. You're not going to find it. Maybe when you're 22 years old, you're going into work for the first time. Hi, Janet. And they're giving you a desk and you can put your picture there and all the older men are flirting with you. The Jedster, thank you very much. Dame Claire, thank you. And you think, oh my God, this is amazing. But when you're 50 years old, you know what? It's not that great. When you're 40, it's not that great. When you're 30 and you've got kids, if you do have kids, and you want to be home with your kids, and you're leaving your kids with 17-year-old Latvian au pairs, and they need the love of their mother, and they're right in front of them to look them in the eye, it's not that good. That's what I'm saying. The system we have in this country, and in America, Simone, good to see you again. Julian, brilliant, is not that great. But so thank you everybody for listening. If you want to, can you like the if you feel like up to it? I don't know whether you're gonna like it, whether you're gonna like what I'm saying, but can you please like this thing, like this stream? 21 people have liked it. Very good. Can you also, if you haven't already, go to subscribe. If you want to send a couple of pounds, £5, £50, £1,000, you could do that too. You could do that too. I would appreciate that so much. You know? I mean, it would mean something to me. If you accept my Patreon, that's another really great place to help out Lewis Schaffer this stream, so we can talk. It's not just about me. I'm just the voice here. You can say, I disagree with you, Lewis. I think you're wrong. I'm learning about English people, and you're learning about yourself. You know, and look what's going on in America. Look at all those crazy women in America supporting the Democrats. They don't even know. You don't even know how bad it is. Can I say something, Lucy? I love you. I love you, and even when she disagrees with me, and Joodles. I love you, Joodles. Even when you disagree with me, Claire, I love you. Joe, I love you. Okay? I would never stop you from working. I'm not that way. I don't think I'm that way. Keith Bexley. Thank you, Keith Bexley. So, that's Lewis is better than the BBC. Well, I hope I'm better than the BBC because you don't have to pay for me if you don't like what I'm saying or what was or how we're discussing it here. And thank you very much. I don't want to say goodbye to you people, but we've been on the air for 2 hours, so that's we've been brilliant. I'll see you tonight at 10:30, I guess. Should we do a show tonight at 10:30? I don't know. Maybe we shouldn't do a show. I've been told this is too much show. Is it too much? Is it too much? What way am I? Who am I? He should resign. Donald Trump should sue the BBC. Sue the BBC and put them out of business. That's what I think. Anyway, Only Women Bleed by Julie Covington, written by Alice Cooper. Now there's a song. Only Women Bleed. Yeah, only women bleed. It's a horrible thing. You're reminded constantly. Constantly. It's not easy to be a woman. I mean, it's really easy to be a guy. It's just life is just so amazing. I just go into a job and they go, oh, you're a man. He has 20% more money than the women. And we're definitely giving you a job because you're a man. That's how great it is to be a man. I'm a man. All the women who want to make love to me just because I'm a man. I worked at Sainsbury's. I was 67 years old. Customers got on my nerves, says Janet. Yeah, it's horrible. It's horrible. Work is horrible. But if you say women shouldn't work, it's like saying women shouldn't be hit. Like that. Lewis, do as you feel. That song isn't about periods, by the way. Oh, now we can't discuss that. We'll discuss that later. I'll see you tonight at 10:30. Maybe it'll be too much. We'll find out if it's too much. Forming a twice-a-day habit can't be that much canon. I hope I don't overdose on Lewis. Yeah, well, it's something to do. This is a diversion from the problems in the world. A diversion. It's a diversion for me. It's a diversion for you. Someone not wanting to employ you is not women's fault. Well, it doesn't make the world any easier. You got millions of women taking your jobs. Whatever. All right, I love you. I love you. I love you. Goodbye. I love you. I love you. I love you. Goodbye. Hold on a second.